it is, whatever it has to be. Whatever it is, whatever it has to be. What up, though? What up, though? Whatever it is, whatever it has to be. What up, people? Yeah, I'm feeling a little jazzy this morning. Yeah, it's about that time. Uh, Beautiful, gloomy morning here in Detroit. Beautiful, beautiful, gloomy morning. My wife feel a lot better. I had to talk her into missing multiple days of work. What up, though, bro? CC one. What up, though? See, I had to remind my wife, man, because my wife is so fucking money conscious, man, when it comes to taking care of business, man. Oh my God, like the answer to any man's prayer. And she just like a robot. And I had to, really dig. And she shared with me something. She said, sometimes she just need a little ushering. You know what I'm saying? She know what's the best thing to do, but she's so used to doing the things she's supposed to do that sometimes she just need a little ushering. And that's where we come in at, y'all. That's where we come in at. I don't know if I'm a ride that hard, CC. I will though if I do though. Promise you, brother. How you doing today, brother? How them babies over there, man? I know they in school now, but hope all is well over there in the CC household. You did. Also on my homie Wine household, man. Hope all is well over there. Anybody that cared to listen to me this morning, anybody that was blessed enough to wake up this morning, I hope all is well. You know, I hope all is well. Uh, Give it a couple minutes. Let's let a couple more minutes tick by right quick, y'all. Just came on here to talk a little stuff, man. Hopefully help make somebody day. You know, I'm okay. Yep. But hey, that would be an ideal world, man. Hey, these fools still find a way to complain, right? Still find something wrong to complain about. Ah, man. I gotta, not so dull. Couple things I want to talk about this morning. It had to be a strong impulse for me to hit that live button because y'all already know. Yeah, I look at that live button, man, and keep on walking. You understand? But just some things I felt like I wanted to put on record. You know, a lot of times, y'all, I have to go back and I don't do it as much as I want to, but I have to go back and listen to a lot of my videos because a lot of the videos I make for information purposes, and my memory is so shot. It's shot over the years. Traumatized, trying to forget a lot of stuff, and putting up barriers and y'all, go, get a good deep whiff of MK Ultra. And if anybody ever frequented or visited or did any type of research on broadcasting, and you could like pretty much, both of them go hand in hand. Both of them go hand in hand. I know a lot of people don't want to know, but uh, Your powers that be uses uh pleasures like music to wipe your brain, to wipe your mind, wipe it of what? Rationality. Uh, of wipe it of anything you feel you should wipe it of. Um, Sometimes they let you choose, but the majority of the time they choose what you think and what you wipe up out your mind. Um, I think it's good for you to remember trauma because trauma. Let's give an example. Uh, when using a fire, uh, burning yourself by mistake, remembering that pain, remembering that hurt helps prevent you from doing it again. You know what I mean? It makes you more aware on uh, makes you more aware on being careful. Okay, so if we forget about that type of trauma, what's the chances of us making that same mistake? So they guise these things in a way where it appears like it's helping you, but in all actuality, it's dumbing you down. It's making you doubt your own senses, your own knowledge. I'm gonna touch on a few things this morning. Few things. Got a couple nice conversation pieces. Um, yes, I do address people. I do address maybe accusations, maybe answer if someone is pissing, dropping my name off a cliff, too often. Maybe I may see what it's about. You know, I will continue to be approachable. No matter where the status goes, whether it's up or down, I will continue to be me. I won't deviate. I will continue not to deviate or change anything about me unless it's for the better. Straight like that. There's no pretending needed. There's no lying needed. I will express the way I feel. If one of my people or strangers comes along and asks me um, to meditate or look at the way I'm looking at things again, the message will be received. Other than that, I'm not here to make nobody walk my path. I feel like every man has their own path. Every man has their own personality. I would hope so. I will hope every man or majority of men is not trying to be another man. Some of us are born with the ability to learn from other people's mistake, but a lot more of us aren't. A lot more of us, including myself, when I say of us, have to learn things the hard way. And it's a ugly, terrible thing, but unfortunately, we have to bite the bullet. And when I say we, I'm standing in front of the crowd because I had to do this multiple times in this 45 years of living. Every man must be allowed to walk their own pace, walk their own path, walk their own pace. Advice and commentary and things like that are always good, but when you get to the point where you get upset at another man for not agreeing with your way of thinking, no matter how logical, how strong, and how worthy your advice may be, when you allow yourself to get upset at another man for not buying into your logic, you are indeed a hypocrite. You're worse than the hypocrite because you point out hypocritical meanings, hypocritical things in life, and yet and still you stand in that seat or sit in that seat and don't even realize it. And yes, I've been guilty of this as well. It took my kids, took my children, the boys I've raised to help open my eyes to these things. Help open my eyes. And they think just because they're grown that I'm a lot more impactful on the things I talk to them about. But it has nothing to do with that. It has something to do with me knowing that they were pretty much sheltered growing up. Yes, in one of the worst parts of Detroit, sheltered. I never stopped them from going outside or nothing like that though. But the hanging out overnight over people's houses and people hanging out over here, all the stuff that we used to do, that I used to do, that I was allowed to do, I didn't allow them to do that as much. So as sheltered as they were, it's like when they got grown, it was like a chicken with his head cut off. They was doing everything that I wasn't doing. Recording themselves, smoking weed and blowing all in the damn camera and playing around in these paganistic holidays. I mean, everything that I was against. And the more I spoke against it, the more they did it. And I'm talking about this is when they reached adulthood. But little did I know, every battle isn't your battle. And even though you see things clear, don't mean the person that you're rolling with see as clear as you do. And when you try to make sense to said person and point out what you see, and they still can't see it because of whatever reason. They don't want to see it. It's not time for them to see it. They ain't ready to see it. Whatever the reason is. And then you start to treat that person different and start to categorize them and put them in a certain type of category because they don't see what's right in front of them. And you, and people get on this platform, racist black people, Uncle Ruckus DNA'd, and talk about all this stuff that black people are guilty of, right? Oh, these generations and what is this world coming to? It's like nobody is taking a no matter how pathetic and maybe false these past or the histories are. Nobody cares to remember that when it comes to royalty, right? Because that's what I deal with, You don't remember that kings were killing their own offspring and nieces and nephews and cousins when the throne is in jeopardy? These people had to walk on literal eggshells, and we're talking about the upper echelon. We ain't talking about Jerome and Tyrone them in the hood. We're talking about people that was in charge or in charge of nations, tribes, and tongues. So if that murder man massacre attitude existed up high, that far up high, why is it so hard to understand what's going on here down low? Why is it despite all the many images put before of us, why is it hard to realize that these people are ruling by way of duality? Do they create the duality? No, absolutely not. The Most High did. But see, Satan, the devil, was present. He's well aware of how to manipulate things, make it appear to be one way, but in fact, a different other. What's going on, Slapper? What up, y'all? Okay, I am blocked. Can you see me? No, you ain't blocked. I don't block you. For you to say that, you must been over there. You must been over there with my name in a with a bad way in your mouth. Cause I don't. I wouldn't understand how you would think I would block you. That don't sit right with me, Slapper. What's going on? Let me get back to what I'm doing, man. Listen, at this point, man, I can't. I don't want to change how nobody feel. I'm just giving out awareness. If people don't like me, you don't like me, just stay away from me. I ain't got no reason to block nobody. I don't understand where that come from. But as I was saying, my people, give me a minute, bro. I'll get finished talking my little stuff. I may drop a line or stop over there and holler at you before I get off. Yeah, but I'll be honest with you, people. I am. My lifestyle shows that I've always been an unsteady person. The last 20 years of my life has been the most steady, more steady than the first 25 years. And yes, I am including jail time and all that stuff. But I am an unsteady person. I have been known to go against my word if I didn't feel like it was a strong enough issue or it was big enough, I would say, the hell with it. But, I see things different now. I stand a lot different. And when I realize that I go off track, I always try to, and I do it to my wife, as well, because she's, around me and with me all the time. Uh, I will ask her something or ask her to do something. And when she do it, you know, uh, you know, because of me being me, I may snap and, get cussed out in the, uh, in the midst of it, not realizing after she say a certain type of words or wordings that, oh, those my words, that's something that I asked her to do. And I would go back and say, did I do that? And did I ask you to? Yeah, that's the only reason and would just feel like trash. So I don't know about I can't answer for nobody else. I can't feel and think for nobody else. The only person I can do this for is me. And I can assure you this, that every day I'm given the opportunity to wake up, I'm trying to be a better version of me. Trying to be a better version. That version I was yesterday, if it's a way to upgrade that, I'm trying to do that. Anything that's trying to take me off of that track, I do not understand. I cannot comprehend. I do not, there's no reason for me to venture. So if you see me playing dumb or looking dumb off of some stupidity, something to feed off into, it's not that. It's just that I'm really not gonna do it. I did it already. I had my fun. I think that What I'm doing here now is way more gratifying than having my fun, you know. Um, so when we go take a look at King Henry and all them cats that was coming up in the priesthood, and we go back to the scriptures and we check out how they were looking at things, how when it comes to Israel, how when God chose a king, how the present king tried to find a way to take that person out, uh, to hopefully escape losing the crown or family bloodline losing the crown, which it was is it's there though in history to show Uncle Ruckus, it's not a nigga thing. It's a people thing. It's a people ignorant of the most high thing. I know a lot of people say, well, religion is the reason most of this. Yeah, that's the reason they tell you. And they was telling me the same thing until I realized what you telling me ain't right. And if we want to get even more deeper and darker, religion, I know what they created it for, but that in itself may be the least amount of reasoning for wars. When I sit back and I hear people voluntarily blurt out that, I know that it's teaching from some type of institution that 9 times out of 10 is governed by godless men. And that's like 9 out of 10 institutions on this earth. If Satan rules the world, why wouldn't his gangs rule his streets? And Satan ruling the world ain't nothing that so-called Jesus lovers just came up with out of the blue. These Jesus lovers get that information from Jesus himself. He's ruling. Well, if he's ruling, why is it still truth resonating around on the earth? Because once again, this world is governed by duality. The powers that be have learned how to manipulate that and use it as a weapon. Scripture tell us man will dominate man till his injury. That's what scriptures tell us. And we haven't seen anything other than that. So when man dominate man to his injury, use your imagination. Go back in the back of your head and ask yourself, how far does that go? How far does that go if man dominate man to his injury? All of I have no part in it. Me and CC have our panels where we be talking about where he legitimized me getting a gun or having a gun, and me legitimizing me not having a gun. I'm not going. Not about to tell him he wrong because he believe in Christ also. Not about to do that. But I will continuously tell him why I won't do that. See, God didn't put us here to fight to kill the devil. He put us here to fight against the devil and to expose him. See, it's God's job to kill Satan. Our job is simply to get here, to come here, expose the devil in his many, many ways, so that people that ain't paying no attention can see. That's it. That's it. when you take it upon yourself to fight, when you take it upon yourself to hate his people, then now you're fighting the devil's fight. You're not fighting the good fight. Scripture tell us to hate what is bad. Don't tell us to hate the people doing bad. Scripture tell us to hate what is bad. And when we start hating the people, that's nine times out of 10 have been programmed since before they came out the womb to do bad. See, now we switching the dynamics of the war. Now instead of you being on the side of the sheep, you actually on the side of the goat. And nowadays the side of the goat is lauded. Nowadays being on the side of the goat is a honor. And it's always been like that in biblical history as well. Don't get it twisted. The goat was always celebrated. The goat was always numero uno to the world. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. Mm-hmm. Have a little talk this morning, man. We got to know our role. We got to know our role. Shout out to Kong King. Because one thing Kong King showed me, he showed me he can be the man. If Kong King would have stayed on the tip that he was on, it'd be just as huge. That Heineken hour be just as huge as Buddy Lee, as way harder than True. Be one of the big boys around here, but see, he's an older man. He's an older man, and he's seen things down the line. And he was honest with himself. You know, he had the assaults. You know, people on his head, Super Saiyan, and I think they even ironed their stuff out. I'm not sure, but you know, he made up his mind. Hey, this ain't something I want to do, and he stuck with it. I feed off that, and I know he was having a good time doing it. I know he was getting blasted with the drama. Come on now, beautiful setup, beautiful hangout. But the brother made up his mind and said, "Hey man, this ain't sitting right with me internally. I got to do something different." And on top of that, you all already know what type of hate comes with this. If you doing good, if you're projected to do good and doing good, you're gonna get a hate train. Somebody gonna find something about you or something with you to hate. Maybe something you said 3 years ago. Maybe something you did 6 years ago. Maybe something you did in your past. When you're progressing, man, when you're striving for perfection, you're always gonna get the hate train. Always. And to you Uncle Ruckuses, no, it ain't got nothing to do with no color. I look at dudes that Steph count. I look at professional eaters, if y'all couldn't tell. I look at the toy manufacturers, you know, when it comes to Transformers. I look at the video game world. In all those aspects, there's haters, there's trolls. And these are different people of different colors. And who are the trolls? Are they all black, Uncle Ruckus? Are they all black people, quote unquote, so called black people, that's doing all this troll damage? Or is it all different sorts of colors and ethnicities? Yeah, come on. I hate when I hear these people say this. It's like, oh man, it's like shooting yourself in the foot. When I hear a person that ascribe to be a black person talk about other black persons. And don't get me wrong, a lot of the criticism is needed, is warranted when it's done. But it hurts me when a person take it from just being a stupid person or a person making a dumb, stupid decision to black or white. It's like, wow, why you take the lesson? Why you take the lesson away? You're making it about race when it should be a lesson being learned here. The only lesson you getting out of here is being a fucking Uncle Ruckus. I hate it. And I see people that I don't like, and I see people that I do love say it every day. See, the thing about it is when I see people I do love say it, see, I can cut into them about it, and I ain't got to worry about getting police called on me or SWAT team or all this crazy stuff that people go through for just speaking up on what's real. Truth of the matter is pieces of crap in every ethnicity, every nation, every tribe, every color, every tongue. There's pieces of crap out here. And the truth of the matter is probably a lot more pieces of crap than it is not. Which entails me that everybody ain't my brother. Everybody ain't my friend. Everybody ain't my people. So anybody I rubbed the wrong way when I told them the truth about how I feel, and because of the way I feel, get my name pissed on and go through all the ropes again of just man dominating man, man pissing on beating up on another man. See, it's fine with me if it makes your day, and I'm speaking to whoever, friend, foe. If it makes your day, it's fine. But don't expect me to be, tussling and going back and forth. I think that we got way more important issues to deal with. Two suns, two moons, rivers drying up. I think we got way bigger fish to fry than to be judging or dragging a man for feeling or a woman for feeling the way that they want to feel. Could be, may be based off what they went through in their life 9 times out of 10. They're basing their opinion and their commentary off the way they were raised or the way that they live. And see, this ain't about trying to make you see it my way. I just want you to see it more than just your way. Instead of using SD, I'm encouraging HD. We ain't got to go to 8K and all that stuff yet. We can just keep it simple. We can just turn it from a hazy to a somewhat clear. Mm, mm. What up, though, everybody? What's going on this morning? What's going on this morning? I'm just coming to wrap a little taste. It ain't nothing important. Well, I ain't gonna say it ain't nothing important, but you know, no life. It's not life or death. You know, just a little rant, a little, you know, hey, I'm here, y'all. You know, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. You know, see, I always try to uh, unlearn all the badness, all the badness. Try to unlearn it because it's so, when it comes to badness, uh, I was so good at it. At least I thought I was. Because if I was as good as I thought I was, I probably wouldn't have went to prison. I probably wouldn't have jail time and prison time up under my belt if I was as good as I thought I was. Truth of the matter is, I got away with the things that I was bad at or good at until I raised the stakes too high. And when I raised those stakes, it was a pitchfork ready to get poked in his big ass stomach so that I can be rotised over the fire. Yeah, people, man, that's encouragable, man. You know what's going on, and I'm proud. There ain't nothing to be proud. It ain't nothing. What I'm gonna do? Lie, and the truth is right in your face? Nah, hell no. I'm scum. I always been scum. I'm trying to learn how to do something different now. Yeah, it's 45 years. I'm 45 years old now. Probably should have started 20 years ago, but hey, who are you to tell me how my path should be laid out? I don't dictate or judge my life based on what another man have and what another man doing. See, that's the problem with the programming of the world. Me and this person the same age. They own this, that, and the other, this, that, and the other, and I don't own this, that, and the other. I'm failing. Nah, nigga. Nah, nah. If you classify yourself, if you put yourself in that type of classification bracket, I feel bad for you. What up, though, buddy Lee? What's up, brother? You put yourself in that kind of bracket where you judging your life based off what another man has and how another man lives. You shutting yourself short, man. But you setting yourself short. Oh man, I'm depressed. I'm down because this nigga just opened. He just bought his third, fourth house, and here it is. I ain't even paid off my first house. Like nigga, what? Just because that it's meant for that man to walk the path he walking, don't mean it's meant for you to walk that path. Yeah, you want it. You want to have it, but some things ain't meant for you to have. And some things ain't meant for you to have right now. Some things have got to get some things we have to get ready for. We have to prepare for. And sometimes you're not prepared. Obviously. I've seen niggas go from sugar to crap in one night. And let me explain this. And this is my right hand to Jehovah. Uh, when did I meet uh D Stroke? Met this brother. He's a cousin. He's a blood relative of a brother I went to school with. And what happened was, uh, we bored. We on the bus. We out job hunting all day, right? And we ain't got nothing to do. My boy say, let's go. Let's stop over my cousin's house. He'll give us a ride to the crib. You know what I'm saying? Later on, after we didn't, set up and chill or whatever, right? Okay, we go to the crib. I meet him. He has a family. Is D Stroke. It's his girl. He just had a baby. That was young D when I first came on the scene. He had a little baby girl. He was a dude pretty much taking care of all his brothers and sisters. And D was I liked the D Stroke, but he was a bad guy. He was a bad guy. Uh, you know, I save all that. He was a bad guy, but I liked the D Stroke. He was okay with me. And I'm saying that like he dead, but he ain't dead. He's still in the Fed joint. But what he used to do is assemble his little brothers, his sisters, get together, got a big old two-door old Cadillac, mash them up in a Cadillac, and they go hit the grocery stores and go hit the milk, hit the uh 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 Similac, y'all. Go up in that boy on a mob tip in a mob fashion, go snatch up everything in their coats and walk up out of there. Doing this, say like a year or two after I met them, they still doing the same thing. So I see D Stroke, let's say this on a Monday in July. D Stroke is riding a Cadillac. I don't know the names of the Cadillacs, y'all, but this one ain't no old Cadillac. This one is within a couple years old. So what happened was D Stroke get with some cats that was doing the thing on the scratching out the VIN numbers and all this stuff, right? Taking stolen cars and making them new cars, basically, right? So I see D Stroke, passing the weed to me. And listen, he always passed the weed to me. But he used to be a lot more murderous when he hit that weed, before he passed. He passing it to him like, dude, what's going on? Oh shit, man. Y'all know somebody want to do this, that, the other. Got this, I'm trying to get up on this pill game. I got a couple people, man, but I can't trust this, that, and that. Now check this out, y'all. That was a morning in July. By September, D Stroke had 4 houses. D Stroke had 3 safes. He had his girlfriend a house, his side piece a house. Both of them baby mamas now, but he got a lot more kids by the one. He got her put up good and got the side piece put up good. D Stroke is pulling out jewelry out his. This is listen. I'm seeing this with my own eyes. D Stroke went from a raggedy house, raggedy car, raggedy way of living, basically overnight to living in luxury. Had houses tore down, not say tore down, deconstructed, revamped. And this is something I never experienced. I never experienced nobody go from shit to sugar. I seen sugar to shit, but I never seen shit to sugar. And I witnessed this stuff, man. I'm like, what the hell? First thing came to my mind, I said, dog, you sold your soul or something? Like, what's going on? He would laugh. He got all these cars, y'all, and all these cars banging. I'm talking about Gorilla in all of them, not just one or two, all of them. And, some years passed, he was going down south. He was making money the way he was making money. I gave y'all a kind of idea of where he was going with it. And Now my brother up in the penitentiary doing fair time. Was supposed to only do 5. Supposed to only do 5. But he more like going on 15, like 5, like he probably about at 10. And I say that, y'all, I pointed that out to y'all because a person that uh, my mind at the time like looked at it as a miracle. I looked at it as a miracle because he went from a dude that I wouldn't even eat at house, from a dude that you could probably eat off his flow. Yeah. So that was huge to me. And that way of living is there for anybody. Anybody. Always there. Now, there's people that's making honest money, depends on what you call honest. That make honest money that never seen the things that D Stroke seen, that I've seen about D Stroke, that never has went that way. So they don't value it like a person that comes from nothing. But see, we want to be careful about the way we go about it. Because all those things that D Stroke did and have, they're still around. But he's not enjoying them. He's not enjoying those things. He's locked up. And the last time I seen my young homie, it looked like they got him up in there. Not they, but it looked like he up in there doped up. Like he up there doped up. So they, here these godless people that always gonna make sure that there's a doubt about the Bible in your mind. They want you to know that the Euphrates River is drying up. I even seen some clips last night, heard some clips last night of alleged sounds from angels that were put up under the Euphrates River. And y'all know I believe in the scripture. But I ask you guys, stop believing godless men when it comes to the Bible. When it comes to your spirituality, always listen to them. Always get the information. But quit trusting these people. If I tell you don't trust me, I wouldn't turn around and tell you to trust somebody that's godless. That don't even, not only, don't know about God, but don't care to. Their way of looking at the world leans always more towards Satan. They always sympathize with Satan than God. Always. I'm not going to tell you to trust a person like that. Especially, I do anything in this life but try to hurt somebody at this point in my life. I depend on the Most High to protect me, and that's because I gave up doing things the way I want to do things a long time ago and said I'm gonna do things his way. And as long as I do things his way, I'm protected. Does that mean you won't get sick? No, it don't. Does that mean your car won't get broken into? No, it don't. It don't mean you escape none of the ills of this world. What it do mean though is that when we do go through these things, we got some help. That help may not be some money. That help just may be simply the strength to deal with whatever situation that you come up against. Most people that don't believe in God also don't believe Satan exists. You know, to each his own. To each his own. You know, I recognize over this Sunday that this world even is even a lot smaller than I thought it was. I'm securing a church, and the church belonged to a family member of mine, and I didn't even know it. Now, the family member is much older than me, but here it is. I got another family member that just bought him a church, and he need my help on figuring out the security aspects of that one. So when it comes to a group of people, maybe they're doing it right, maybe they're not doing it right, but one thing in common, you know, God is always a topic of discussion. And I told my cousin yesterday, he say, I thought you was Jehovah's Witness. I said, no, I'm not Jehovah's Witness. I said, I study with them. And I'm a firm believer in the entire Bible, not just partially part of the Bible. And he said, yeah, but I couldn't see you, you know, doing nothing like this and this, that, and the other. I said, hold up, cuz. I said, you think because the label is JW that they're not your brothers? I said, you have to accept Christ as your Lord and Savior to become a Jehovah's Witness. Uh, if you can't believe in the God of gods, you can't believe in his creations. If you can't, nah, ain't I don't even believe in that word, can't. You know, I play pool, man, and you know, I didn't see shots on the board and people say, well, I can't make a shot. Your balls all around my cue. I can't. And I've seen somebody come right behind that person that can't, that couldn't do it and could. So it's all depending on the individual. See, when I live the I don't believe in God life, I know why I did it. I did it for a purpose. I got tired of having my conscience my conscience uh messed around with. I can't, you know, everything I knew how to do good was bad, you know, judging from where I'm sitting now. I didn't feel like at the time that it was bad. I felt like it was survival. And I felt like it was protecting myself, like having more than one girl. I felt like it was protecting myself. Like, you know, if I invest too many feelings in somebody and they throw it in the trash, oh well, you know what I'm saying? I may not be as close to this other person, but at least we didn't build a rapport with each other and it won't be that hard to forget about you. So it was always a protection, survival type of situation. But the older I got, the older my children got, I start seeing the wisdom behind the scripture. And that helped me to start trying things different because I couldn't see as clear as through my own eyes and experience. It took other people experience and ways of looking at things for me to see the way I see a little clearer. different contexts. If you don't believe in a higher power, how can you believe in its creations? And that's why I use Kant. If you don't believe in a higher power, how can you believe its creations? Well, I don't believe. A lot of people don't believe in the spirit realm, but the same person that takes credit for creating the spirit realms take credit for creating the trees, the mountains, the seas, the sky. So, yeah, we can't see the invisible aspects of things, and that causes us not to believe, but we can see the physical aspects. The same person take credit for both. Yeah, I know. I know. I'm entertaining it because I'm trying to at least put a hour on here, you know what I'm saying? At least close to an hour. And I didn't really come on for the you know, panel type of situation. I'm staying away from that for a little while until I got something etched in stone and something that's 100% articulated to achieve what I'm trying to achieve, and that's just give awareness. Other than that, I may pop up on another person's panel or something like that and had a conversation. But as far as mine is concerned, for right now, I'm just going as far as the panel is concerned. Deal with people I know for real in real life. For right now, for right now, I got a lot of stuff that's different that I haven't seen on YouTube that I'm gonna bring to the table, and I'm like somewhat preparing for that. You know, I want to have my channel structured in a way different way than everybody got their structure. I want to be way different. That's been the reason that I haven't been on here like that. But definitely had a conversation on another panel though when I'm up to it. Like now while my wife ain't around, my kids go to school. It's a real good time now, but I gotta, make a couple moves inside the house before I get too comfortable. But other than that, hope all is having a beautiful morning. I'm gonna end my morning with just letting people know, hey, if any of us going through things, something that's not right or something that's bad, there's always somebody going through worse. You know, always somebody going through worse. So when it comes to us going through what's messed up, just try to get as much positivity out of it as you possibly can. Because when it comes to negativity, we can pull that from anywhere. I found a way through my hard times by taking the most negative situation I'm in and finding the good that's in it. And the more I do that, the more I level up. For instance, chasing money, I've always been a failure at it. But when I presented myself available and allowed the money to chase me, I've always been successful. So I'm going to cling to the things that's that I have the more success with. I got to get all the way out of my own way, all the way. I can't do it partially. I tried that, it don't work. But the good thing about it, on this ride, I got a lot more witnesses than just the immediate people that I know. Till next time, y'all. Appreciate y'all. Peace.